in your opening answer, you spoke about a pocket which has found a lot of favor of late, and that is defense. It's a real sector. There's some 15, 20 companies, order books are bulging. The possible order inflow over the next, whatever, 1, 2 years seems significantly higher than the combined execution capabilities of all of the companies. Tell us, how are you looking at it? Because the sector has seen some run up already. Is this the start of a multi-year run, Trideep, or you wouldn't go that far?
No, no, I would go actually further than that. Not multi-year. It is probably a 10-year opportunity overall with regards to where India's ambitions are. We have to sort of take a dipstick every few years to check if the steps taken by the government are in the same direction or not. But as long as they are, what we are looking to do in the form of indigenization of defense is probably a 10-year opportunity and not just next 2 to 3 years. And in that context, I would say the capability of the companies, the kind of companies that we are looking at, or the ecosystem is not yet fully developed. So
Yeah.
my answer would be watch this space. Lot many companies will probably either go IPO or will join this bandwagon overall. At the moment, we have fairly limited opportunities in the limited listed space that we can play with, and we certainly have taken a meaningful exposure through all of our portfolios wherever we can to this theme. But we would see this as a multiple year or decadal opportunity rather than just a multi-year opportunity.
Mm. And would it be across buckets, Sudeep? Because I mean, there's this shipyard companies, arms and ammo companies, so on and so forth, and some very specialized companies with some, I mean, very unique capabilities that have now come to the fore. Um, is you like the entire spectrum, or are there specific pockets that you may like, and why so?
So while I can't get clearly stock specific, but
Of course.
the investing framework to use is like like in every sector, there are obviously everybody will have their day in the sun, but what is most important from a minority shareholder perspective is that same opportunity gets captured with better profitability along with higher growth and higher return ratios. So within the companies which are exposed to the defense theme, I would probably be more positive upon those companies which can maintain the profitability despite government being the customer, and hence the service offering is a little more specialized. They have a decent amount of pricing power in the way they go about their marketing their offering, so they are in the niche rather than making a commodity offering. And I suppose they are in the on the right side of the order book, which means they have a good amount of order book which covers next 2 to 3 years. So as long as those two or three ticks are there, I would probably be bullish on those names over a multi-year time frame.
Just one quick follow-up, Pradeep. As a lay person, maybe I'll bucket defense companies into one bucket, which is the PSU majors, arguably having a mode of entry, what have you, to a set of companies for which defense is a part of their ops and not the entire ops. And then three, a bunch of private sector players, which are second run by virtue of the size that they have. They are not necessarily the largest. Now, without, again, I do not want you to comment on specific stocks at all. I'm just trying to understand, have you found opportunities across each of these, or are you more sanguine about A versus B versus C?
So I think it's a fairly long question in the sense the answer is could be fairly long, but I would summarize something like this:
Sure.
that we at the moment have clearly a shortage of choice. All the buckets that you sort of talked about are not yet there, which is why I said that over the next 3, 4, 5 years, you might see more IPOs come in there, and we will sort of evaluate as they come along. But the best place that I would like to be are those companies which can be capitalized in the way they go about doing the business. So one way is to bucket as per what you are saying, which is PSUs is that the other, but other way to think about it is some companies may need to invest significant amount of money building the capacity ahead of time before the revenues come in. While that might be one way of going about it, there could be others who can get built along the way. The guys who get built along the way are usually the most profitable investments purely from an
Mm.
investment standpoint. Both the areas would see benefits, but from profitability standpoint, the second category is a lot more interesting. So I would use that sort of a framework, a capital light sort of a framework, to play this theme as much as possible.